Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. I am literally coming to you from the quietest place I could find because I want to take some time with you because I have a very serious warning, okay? And I'm going to talk about a story that just came out today, and I want to be very careful with my words because these messages have to get out right now. I've been warning about this upcoming summer since about February and said it's one thing to crush it in stock market and cryptos and precious metals like I've been showing you guys. It's another thing to understand the sea change and that the tides have turned and we are in a very serious situation. And you hear that story, you can't eat gold, right? And it's true. I want everybody that listens to this to be ready for the worst case scenario, but I also want you to thrive, right? Because if we all band together, a world of amazing people, which I know all of you are, and I'm reaching out to you because you are all preparers. You're what the world would like to make fun of, but you know the truth. You know that you're going to be the last one standing. You also are doing things that are selfless, while other people are doing things that are selfish. Right? And now we have the government putting out a warning of what I've been warning this channel for everyone that's been watching since about February, and that is riots are coming. And I've said before, and I'll say it again, by the time you see it in the news, it's too late. And I'll give you an example. When I started shifting from money, and we're still going to always talk about financial news and things like that, because the economic collapse is going to affect everyone worldwide. It's not just here in America. So if you're listening right now from another country, please do me a favor and share this video. Or if you're in this country, hit the thumbs up because we got to get the algo out. Because if we want any hope for our children and our children's children, what we want to do is not only be prepared and not have to go outside and face people when they're rioting and you're already starting to see it. Like people are siphoning gas out of cars because their tank costs an extra $80 to fill up, right? They're instead of going and I just don't understand the mentality of people. That shows you how people lose their minds, right? Rather than go and steal $200 at a store and get 2 tanks of gas, they'll go steal $80 of the gas for the exact same, violation, fine, breaking the law. Do you know what I'm saying? Trust me, I'm not suggesting doing that, but my point being is that people lose their mind, and we're seeing people, quite frankly, they're leaving. Sorry, I'm sweating like crazy. I just got out of the gym and I felt like I had to give you this message in this news story because it's so serious. But people are robbing people as they walk out of the grocery store now with groceries. Why? Because criminals and bad people, they really are simple-minded people. There are some really brilliant people up at the top, pulling the strings, but I have a feeling that we're going to be able to overcome them. And the way that we do that is that we're prepared, so we're not part of the craziness, right? But then we're able to, and I'm going to tell you at the end some stories of how I absolutely crushed it during the Great Recession, buying things from people as they were losing them, either from the banks or from them themselves. And in turn, I was able to help a lot of people. So I'll share those stories in a second. So let's get to the meat of this. This is why we're here. Again, thank you everybody that's hitting the thumbs up button. DHS bulletin just came out. Department of Homeland Security warns of heightened threat environment and violent months ahead. Now, again, like I said, if you're hearing it in the news, it's too late. And I hearken back to when I started saying in February, start storing up food, This is the time. We need to store up food. And then about a month and a half later, everybody was joking around saying, hey, it looks like the president heard you or the vice president heard you, because both of them, the vice president, I think, came out a few weeks after or a week after, something like that, after my video and said food shortages. Then the president made an announcement, right? Same thing. The vice president came out and did something a few days after my video or a week after my video came out, not saying that it was my video, okay? What I mean is that they're watching every aspect of social media, of the media, watching people's behaviors. And at a certain point, they go, okay, let's warn the people. Well, when that warning came out from the president, food shortages are coming, get ready. And they obviously had who they were going to blame, right? Russia and Ukraine, that situation, the supply chain crashing. They're always blaming someone else rather than their own monetary policy. Well, food started to really rocket up. And in the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks, we have seen food prices explode. And I want you to be so prepared. I hear from people all the time, like, I have no money, what do I do? And I said, honestly, at that point, look at canned vegetables, ramen, but try and get as most nourishing calories as possible, right? So if you can get, frozen, or not frozen, but canned goods, because they can store. This is more important right now than silver. And I'm going to go more into this story right now, and then I'll tell you guys what kind of ratio you should have to paying off debt and paying off, buying precious metals as opposed to food, because people are asking that too. So stick with me for those answers. So it says, Homeland Security warns of individuals using high-profile events to justify violence against ideological opponents, public gatherings, schools, and more. And I'm going to give you a spin on that because we already know where they're wanting to spin this, all right? I just understand, read the writing between the lines right now so I don't have to say it out loud because you know why. It says that this bulletin was just issued today, so I'm getting you this as fast as possible. Like I said, I was in the gym. And it says, warning of a heightened threat environment over the next several months as they monitor both risks of domestic terrors, I can't even say this stuff, terrorism, and monitor both risks of domestic terrorism and foreign adversaries, looking to sow discord within the U.S. and to promote acts of, aggression. It says here that they are staying on a heightened alert because of what's going on, but I want to spin this right now. I'm going to tell you the truth of what's going to happen. Fuel prices are going to continue to accelerate, right? Where they're trying to find the boogeyman to blame, food prices are going to get worse and worse and worse. Gasoline prices are going to get worse and worse and worse. And like I've said many times before, you can fake a lot of things in economics, but you cannot fake a gallon of milk and a gallon of gasoline in America. And I'll add to that a dozen eggs. Those three things you can't change. You can't add to or take away, right? Sure, you can add some water to milk, but everyone's going to know what it's going to taste like, right? And I want people to understand how serious it's going to get, because as we have seen recently, as thefts are getting just blatantly, right in the daylight, people getting robbed with their grocery carts. I don't want you at the grocery store. I'm not saying don't go right now. What I'm saying is when this stuff really starts to hit the fan, especially in urban areas, metropolitan areas, I want you to be very, very prepared to where you're not part of that problem. I've said stories before where, we bought all this toilet paper, not a lot, but those, a couple cases or three, packages from Costco, as we started, it was the beginning of the year in 2020, actually in January, because me and one of my business partners were totally aware of what was happening in China with that sickness. And we knew that was going to come here. So we all stocked up. And at one point, me and my buddy just, to have fun, just went and sat down in our truck and tailgate open and sat back and chatted and talked at the Costco parking lot and just watched. We didn't go inside. We weren't part of that. It just blew my mind, the line of people and the panic and desperation. And I hope you understand that wasn't like a making fun of scenario, but I'd been through this before where I'd seen warnings in my downtown area in 2008 through the Downtown Commission or Association. It says, if you were caught talking negatively about the economy, you can be asked to leave the store. It's just like, you don't even believe that happens, but me and Mrs. Ninja found that. I had taken photos. I wish I had that photo today. You see, I was prepared for that one too. And it's good to remember these things. We call them slides in emergency management. When you have experience, especially dealing with emergencies, you build up these slides in your head. And as you go through life, and you see bad things happen, or you can get those senses of bad things are happening, it's crazy. It's like this, it's got to be a total spiritual thing, but when you get into an environment where something bad is about to happen, it's like you can feel it, and it's your brain's rolling through all those slides in your memory deck, and you can realize it, you can feel it, you can sense it. It's just like if you've lived in the snow, and put in the comment section if you know what I'm talking about, and it's about to snow. In the morning, you can wake up. There might not even be a ton of clouds in the sky, but you can literally smell that it's about to snow. And then as it's, out there raining, it's getting cold, right? You can go literally 3, 2, 1. It's the most amazing thing. And poof, everything turns to snow. It's the most amazing thing ever, but it's because our bodies are built based off of our experiences to build these slides, these memories, these feelings, right? And right now I'm telling you, I have hairs on the back of my neck standing up. I have gotten prepared. I have been in a state of preparedness for 10 years. I know that sounds crazy, but what it has done, while people make fun of you, it has opened up my mind and my time, and I mean mind because peace of mind, to build businesses. And I always knew I had a safety net. As a matter of fact, I mean, there was a point where I thought I was going to lose a job once. And I went, well, if all else fails, my savings account, I have enough money in the bank for 3 years of my bills, and I have a year worth of food. So I'm okay. And it allowed me to be able to take some risks in my life that led to great financial gain. All right. But so I want all of you to be in that mode right now. Now, let me answer this very important question. People ask me, we've talked about food, right? It's important to get staples. Like I have a link, and I'll probably put it in below, of a water filtration system, a gravity feed water filtration system that I've literally physically owned for about 10 years now. And I absolutely love it. I cannot say enough good about it. We don't even use our RO unit. We just dump water. It tastes better than RO. And then the company came out with an inline filter that takes out all kinds of stuff, including, and they're independently lab tested, but including pH, which is very, very important, right? That slow death that's being created by pH, or not pH. What is that thing in the water? Fluoride. Jeez, I'm a dork, guys. Sorry. You see, my mind's spinning a bunch of different directions, but it even filters out fluoride. So I want you guys to take a look at that if you want. It is affiliate link. If you don't want to use it, no worries. But I literally love that water filter. I might even link in the video I did about the inline water filter I installed like a year ago. But you need good food. You need solid, storable food. Like right now, emergency food is great, freeze-dried stuff, but man, it's expensive. So what's the low-hanging fruit? Go to Walmart right now, go to Target, go to the cheapest place you can and go buy canned goods. There's discount grocery stores where the canned goods, canned corn, green beans, anything you can that will sustain good calories, right? That's packaged right. Get it on sale right now. Go shop the coupon section right now and go and store up some food, okay? Now, the question is always, well, how much should I pay off in debt? Should I buy food right now? Should I buy silver? This is what I would do if I were you. This is what I would do if I was in your situation. First off, the debt that's killing you is credit card debt. If you have credit card debt, you've got to get that paid off as soon as possible. Interest rates are rising, and that kind of debt, that interest will literally financially kill you, okay? Now, if you don't have debt, credit card debt, but you have like fixed rate debt, like auto loans or a mortgage and things like that, what I would personally do right now, because I think this is so serious, these times are so serious, this stuff is going to happen, mark my words, by September or in the first couple weeks of September, you are going to see cities on fire. I'm not joking. And please, if you want to challenge these words, hit the subscribe button and watch and go, here, I marked the video. I got the link to the video. And I hope you challenge my words. And that's what you should all be doing. You shouldn't be taking everything I say verbatim. You should be testing my words against facts, right? And now I'm going to link this article down in the description below because it's what I'm reading to you from. It's why I think this is so serious. If you have those fixed debts where it's a car payment, something like that, the credit cards, you got to get paid off now. The way they just keep stacking up and up and up if you're making the minimum payment. But right now, I'm going to be honest with you. If it was me, I'd be paying my minimum payments on my mortgage. I'd be paying my minimum payments on my car payment, things like that, right? And get that food stored up. Now, if you want precious metals because you are concerned about a financial collapse, and gold and silver, historically, every time financial collapses have happened, especially high times of inflation and hyperinflation, and I understand there's going to probably be someone that says, well, it's not doing anything now. I'm like, well, gold was like in the 1500s before all this started. It's now around $1,850. I think it's doing pretty darn good, to be honest with you. Silver was at $15 when all this started. It's now at like 21 something. So it's doing good too, right? But it hasn't seen that exponential curve, that spike up, because the emotions of the people, by and large, you all are concerned with inflation. You all are concerned with an economic collapse and a food supply collapse because you're very intelligent. You're very smart. You think differently. You are literally the 2%. You have that 1% elite, and then the 2% of us are right behind them, bumping. And the more prepared we are for this, and we're not part of it, and then I go, hey guys, houses on sale. Let's all go buy 10 homes a piece. And I know that sounds crazy to you right now, but trust me, if you are financially prepared and you do not need a lot of money, and I will show you, when this crash happens, You just need a good credit score and a little bit of money and your wits about you. And I will show you how to walk into homes for nothing down. Watch. It will blow your mind. I did it in 2000 after the dot-com bust, or 2001, and it is going to be magical. But for right now, we've got to get your food storage up right now. To all the people that are watching this have other prepping channels, please get this information out. You already are. You have amazing channels like Appalachia's. I always mispronounce it. Appalachia's Homestead. Homestead. She was nice enough to give me a shout out, and so many of you guys came over, and I thank you for all of your support by sharing these videos and getting the information out. But I want you to be prepared. So lastly, the silver or gold to food ratio right now. For every $100 you spend, I would spend no more than 1/3 of that on precious metals, okay? That is what I would do right now until you have a good solid year of emergency food set up right now in your house. And you may want to consider a generator of some kind, or like a solar panel setup to where you can run your refrigerator or freezer for that fresh food. In case of blackouts and all that stuff, they're warning about that stuff too, and we just don't know where that's going to happen. I live in California, and we're prone to rolling blackouts and wildfires and all that stuff. And remember, this intensity, this pressure is going to be building up during the hottest times of the year, okay? That's when the people are out in the street latest at night. This isn't the time to be going cruising at night going into summer, because there are going to be people that will wish you harm. This is also the time to protect yourself. Hold on to your rights. You guys know what I'm talking about. Stand your ground and defend yourself, but have your head on a swivel and start looking at the laws and how you have to go about defending yourself the proper way, to where you are not part of the problem and thrown into jail, because you are no good to your family in prison, all right? So again, no more than 1/3 of your money going into precious metals per month if you do not have food storage. If you have food storage and you're out of debt, man, I'm going hog wild. I'm building a cash position, but every time on weakness, precious metals go down, I'm buying the dip. I have physical some, but my companies are storing in vaults with larger companies that don't go, around stealing people's gold, because they would obviously not be in business, like Brinks, things like that. All right, guys, that being said, I thank you so much for watching. I ask you to please sow into the world right now, because as we sow information and truth and knowledge, it'll come back to us tenfold. All right, guys, that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.